Drone strikes in Moscow have already caused minor damage to buildings, officials said. The mayor of Moscow, Sergei Sobyanin, said there were no serious injuries. Emergency teams are already at the scene, he said. Russian air defenses shot down several of the drones as they advanced on the capital, officials said. So far it remains unclear where the drone came from. There was no comment from Ukraine yet, but the head of Ukraine's military intelligence, General Kirilo Budanov, warned that there would be a swift strike in response to the series of Russian missile attacks on Kyiv. The mayor of Moscow, Sergei Sobyanin, said that some residents were being evacuated. BBC Russia editor Steve Rosenberg, who is based in Moscow, heard a distant explosion at 6:24 local time northwest of Moscow, and the windows of his house also shook due to the explosion. Another explosion was heard at 6:58 a.m. local time, he said. From the chatter on social media, many people in the Moscow region also heard the explosion, he added. According to reports by some local media, as many as 10 drones were shot down over the city, mainly in the Istra, Krasnobursk, and Odintsovo districts. This drone strike followed a drone strike in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, the night before. As a result of the attack, at least one person was reported dead. Ukrainian officials said falling debris set buildings ablaze as Ukrainian air defenses intercepted more than 20 kamikaze drones. Explosions were heard in Kyiv and buildings burned after Russia targeted the Ukrainian capital for 3 nights in a row. It said one person was killed and 3 others injured when the fire broke out in a high-rise building in the southern Holosivsky district. The upper 2 floors were destroyed, and there may be people under the rubble, the government said in a statement. 2 buildings burned down and several cars were damaged in the Darnitsky district, just across the Dnipro River. Kyiv's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, described the latest attack as massive and asked residents not to leave their shelters. The air raid alert was lifted after 3 hours, meaning that the Russian air raids were temporarily over. It was the 17th attack on the Ukrainian capital since early May, including a rare daylight attack on Monday. The president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, praised the U.S.-made Patriot air defense system supplied to Ukraine. In a video address late on Monday, he said they confirmed 100% successful downing of the Russian missiles. Russia wants to follow the path of evil to the end, that is, its defeat, because evil can have no other goal than defeat. The world must see that terror is losing, Zelensky added. The Russian military has successfully hit several targets, including air bases, that were attacked in other parts of Ukraine. On Monday, authorities in the western Khmelnytskyi region said 5 planes had been damaged at a military location. The runway there is now under repair, the authorities added, without giving further details. The Russian military said that all of the targets in question were destroyed during recent attacks on Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities. The claims of these 2 parties have not been independently verified. Russia, which launched a full-scale invasion in February 2022, has used kamikaze drones as well as a variety of cruise and ballistic missiles. Analysts said Moscow is seeking to undermine Ukraine's air defenses ahead of a long-anticipated counteroffensive. Ukraine has been planning a retaliatory strike for months, but they wanted as much time as possible to train their soldiers and receive military equipment from the West.